Alright, good afternoon everybody. It's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's vlog. Continuing with my first round mock draft for the 2014 NFL Draft. Today I need to talk about pick number 7 belonging to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs are on the clock at pick number 7 and I think this has become a good valuable pick because they have a couple of good options to go with this selection. But let's first talk about this team. Another 4-12 team, another disappointing year, but I'm still holding on to this team. I still have just a little bit of hope because what the promise they showed on both sides of the field. Quarterback Mike Lennon had a decent rookie season, a pretty good rookie season. 19 touchdown passes and 9 interceptions to go along with just over 2,600 yards passing as a rookie. And he even helped pull those 4 wins, especially in the second half. Now, due to the lack of inconsistency at the quarterback position in the first half, that's why they did so terrible with Josh Freeman at the helm at quarterback, but he's no longer with the team. He is now a part of the Minnesota Viking organization. And I think that this could be Mike Lennon's shot to be a good franchise quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He did show a little bit of promise. But in the offseason, they did pick up Josh McCown from the Chicago Bears, who had a breakthrough season last year, an excellent quarterback rating. That's going to be a good quarterback battle to see who will be the starting quarterback. And Josh McCown could be ahead of Mike Lennon as of today, but I still think Mike Lennon can earn that starting position. Now, on the defensive side, they have a good, stellar defense, a good young defense, and that's why I'm still holding on so dearly for this team. I still think there's just a little bit of hope. I think they still have a little bit of potential to become contenders, especially contenders for the playoffs. I still think because they have such a good youthful team overall, particularly on the defensive side, I think they could do well. Now, they no longer have Darrelle Revis. He is now part of the New England Patriots. Darrelle Revis was actually released by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so they could definitely go with the cornerback with this selection. But Levante David leading the way on the defensive side. He had a good Pro Bowl year, but they had picked up a good addition on the defensive side with defensive end Michael Johnson from the Cincinnati Bengals, a good pass rusher. Hopefully he could be that pass rusher at DN that they're looking for, but they're still going to be looking for another pass rusher with this selection. Now, going back to the offensive side, I mentioned Mike Lennon. Doug Martin's going to be coming back this season. He was out most of the last year, and hopefully he can get back to form in which we all saw as a rookie, where he rushed for well over 1,000 yards. I think he could be due for a good season and help out that offense. The team overall was 22nd in the league in rushing and last in the league in passing. But like I said, there was lack of inconsistency in the first half of the season, but Mike Lennon did step it up in the second half, but we will see. Now, for this pick, they could go with a wide receiver. Mike Williams is actually no longer with the team. He is actually traded to the Buffalo Bills for a 6th round draft choice, so they're going to be looking for a receiver to work well opposite of Vincent Jackson. They could look at a receiver with this pick. I think they could also address the offensive line, particularly at the tackle position. This could help out the offense. It was one of the worst offenses in the league last season. And I also mentioned the cornerback because Darrelle Revis is no longer with the team with the New England Patriots. So they have a couple of good options, and also they could go with outside linebacker and possibly a defensive end with this pick. So they have a couple of good options, and I still think there's some good, valuable players who should be available with this pick. Now, for this particular pick, I'm going to have to address the offensive line, and I think that Jake Matthews out of Texas A&M should be still available with this pick, and if he is available, I think that the Bucs should definitely go with him to help out with the team offensively. 22nd in the league in rushing and last in the league in passing. Terrible offense, and I think they need to address that offensive line, and I think that Jake Matthews can be that guy to protect the quarterback and even open up running lanes for running back Doug Martin and company overall. So I think they should go with Jake Matthews, but who I think they will probably end up picking, I'm actually going to think that if Khalil Mack is still available, they would definitely go with Khalil Mack. But something's telling me that they're going to end up picking and going with a wild card here and going out with Mike Evans out of Texas A&M. I think they could probably end up picking him because they could use a receiver, and I still think Mike Lennon showed a little bit of potential, and even though they still need to address the offensive line, they're probably going to go with the receiver and go with a playmaker, and I think that they're going to end up picking Mike Evans as a wild card pick for this selection at number 7. So I'm going to have to go with Mike Evans as who they probably will pick, but I think they should pick Jake Matthews coming out of Texas A&M. Both Aggies, and these two players are good, valuable picks, but I think that because of the value of Jake Matthews, his stock is a little bit better than Mike Evans. In my opinion, they should go with Jake Matthews, but I think they're going to end up picking a wild card on this one and going out with Mike Evans to help out the receiving core overall, especially with the loss of Mike Williams. Now, next I'm going to catch you guys is tomorrow. Got to talk about pick number 8 belonging to the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you for watching today's vlog from Pro Football Exclusive. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.